And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I'll be showing you how to install Linux Mint onto your PC. I will not be dual booting, I'll be directly removing Windows and putting Linux on. So if you want to dual boot, please go watch the video in the description, because dual booting is somewhat of a different process. Alright, the first thing you need to have is a USB. I recommend that you have at least a 4GB in size. Alright guys, so make sure you have the USB with you, and I'll take you through all the steps you need to know. Put the USB into the computer, and make sure that there is nothing in here that you don't want to lose. So I don't really care about most of these, but I'm still going to copy it. Going to go to my documents, create a new folder, and just go backup or something like that, because everything on the USB will be lost as soon as you make it bootable and put Linux Mint on it. Alright, so after you've done that, what you gotta do is you gotta go and search for your distro you want. I want Linux Mint, a 32-bit. Make sure your PC is a 32 or a 64-bit. If you're unsure, just install the 32-bit, but if you know what your PC is, or you have searched it up and you know now, go for 64-bit if your PC can handle it. Because 32 can be on 64 and 32, but 64 cannot be on 32-bit systems. Just make sure of that. So go Linux Mint and just search. As you can see, here is an option to download. I'm going to go straight to downloads. I'm not going to go through the whole website. We don't need to do that here. So here you can pick your flavor. Do you want cinnamon, mate, or XFCE? I personally like cinnamon, but you can pick any of these you want. I have a 32-bit system that I'm going to install it on, so I'm going to go 32-bit. As you can see, it is 1.9 gigabytes for the newest version, which is 19.3. So you can choose your server where you live and it will download from there. It takes quite a while to download, so I'm not going to download it now because I already have it. If you go to my documents, as you can see here, 19.3, 32-bit. Alright, so now let's go back here. After you've done that, first thing you want to do after that is go Universal USB Installer. Now, Universal USB Installer is what will make your USB bootable and put Linux on it. I've used it in the past and it didn't really seem to not work. So yeah, I know you can also do it with Rufus. Just click on this download here, but you never know. I don't use Rufus as much, because we can go to, I already have it. Okay, nice, never mind. I didn't know I had it. Alright, so after you have installed it, you can just close out of that. So now what you want to do is, I recommend you to format it. You don't have to, it will be formatted anyways, but I recommend you do. So I'd format and go. Format is complete. Alright, so then we can just close that, open up, and as you can see, nothing here. That's good. Then go to your downloads or wherever you had Universal USB Installer, double click on that. Alright, just agree, and here we go. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta find out what distro you have. There are tons of distros here, so whichever one you have to specify to them. So anyways, we're going with Linux Mint, so we will be choosing Linux Mint. Now you're gonna browse to your ISO file that you downloaded earlier, which for me would be in Documents. As you can see right here, Linux Mint. Open, Now that it's there, you can go here and select the drive you want. Mine is in the D drive, which is this, which is my USB. Now, I don't really know what this does, but you have to click it. So yeah, you don't have to mess with this. Yeah, you just say create. Yep. Alright, once it's finished, you can just say close. Now if you go to your USB drive, here will be all the files you need to install Linux. So what we're going to do is we're going to eject the USB. And now we can go back to looking at the computer. So I have two hard drives. I'm about to get my third one, but for these two, one will be having Windows on it and the other one will be having Linux. This will kind of be like dual booting. Now, first thing I did is I unplugged the one that had Windows on it because I do not want my current Windows to be affected. So this one, it also has Windows on it, but it's kind of broken. So I'm going to completely remove Windows and put Linux on this. First thing you have to do as well is remove any disks you have inside of your PC. Because if you have an install disk in your PC, we're going to have a few problems trying to get the USB to boot. Alright, so let's get to the boot. Alright, so first thing you gotta do is you gotta put your USB into the computer. After you've done that, it's as simple as just starting up your PC. Alright, so let's begin. First thing you want to do is you want to spam the F2 button. Make sure you get into that BIOS. Once you're in the BIOS, I recommend you go to your boot option. Once you're there, if you're not in advanced boot menu type, make sure you're there because there's a normal and an advanced. So once you're there, just go into the boot drive order and just make sure that any USB that you're using is on top by clicking the plus or minus buttons. Once you've done that, you can just save and exit. Easy as that. Now what we'll be doing is we'll just wait and let Linux boot up. Alright, so here we have a 32-bit of Linux Mint. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to say start Linux Mint because we don't have to do anything else like that. So while we're waiting for Linux to boot up for the first time, just remember, anything you have on this hard drive, if you're going to do what I'm about to do, it will be gone forever. So I highly recommend you back up if there's anything you need to back up. What you can do if you're already here, just exit. Just don't install it. Just shut down your PC and boot it back up again. But this time without doing the USB boot. Alright, back to Linux. So what we have here is the basic version of Linux Mint. This is so you can test and make sure everything is working on your computer. I recommend opening the file system and just going through things. There will be anything there. Just make sure that you can scroll through everything. Easy as that. Maybe open a terminal if you want to test out if some commands work. And open maybe one or two applications just to see that everything can boot up. Alright, nice. So after you've made sure everything works, what you want to do is you want to go to install Linux Mint. Now after you've done that, just choose your installation language and just choose your keyboard down. Now if you live in the US or maybe even in South Africa, you'd use the usual QWERTY keyboard, like this one right here. QWERTY. So if you do not use a keyboard like this, I highly recommend you go search up what keyboard you use. Just say continue if you use this type of keyboard. And this is third-party software. I do recommend you do install it, and because it's things like helping you connect to Wi-Fi or playing MP3 file and things like that. It just lengthens the installation process. So depending on how much time you have, you can do it. Alright. So if you want to dual boot, you can choose the first option, install Linux Mint alongside my Windows 7 or for you, Windows 10. But I don't want it. I want to completely erase everything from this disk and put Linux Mint on it. Alright, sorry about this guys, I just have to warn you first. The first option is to dual boot alongside Windows if you have one hard drive. The second option is completely remove everything from Windows or from that hard drive and make it 100% Linux. This will affect future installations. If you want to install a Windows back onto it, you're going to struggle a lot, and it's also going to affect while you try and install Linux on different drives and when you want to boot onto Windows. So I just want to say, go for the last option that says other. Go follow the tutorial there if you have two hard drives but you want to boot both, one with Windows and one with Linux. I accidentally made the wrong decision and chose the second one. You should choose the last option if you want to do what I do. If you just want to completely remove Windows and have nothing more to do with it and just have Linux on your hard drive, click on this second one, the one I'm using right now. So this means it will delete my programs, it will delete my documents, it will delete my photos, music, and any other files I already have on it. That is why I removed the other hard drive so nothing will happen while I do this, for in case I choose the wrong one. Choose your time zone, and here you can configure your PC a little more. My name is Steven, but I don't like it when my name is being used anything, so I'll just go Netzer. You can choose your computer name, and you can choose your username. Alright. So if you want, you can choose the password. I do recommend you do choose a password, but you don't need to. Alright. Now you can either log in automatically, or you can require a password. Now, whichever one you choose will make this either useful or useless. So I choose require a password to log in. And again, if you want to encrypt your things, you can say like encrypt my home folder, meaning people won't be able to just access it easily. Just say continue once you're ready. And then it will start copying the files, it will install Linux Mint. This will take easily up to 2 hours, unless you have a really fast PC, in which case it might take probably about 30 minutes. So, alright, installation has finished. So now all we need to do is restart the PC. If you want to continue testing, you can, but I recommend we reboot the PC. Once again, I'd recommend you press F2 to stop booting from a USB. Alright, so just make sure you're not booting from a USB anymore. As you can see, I still am, and I don't want that, so I'm going to just put this at the lowest level, and yeah, that's all I need to do. Oh, oopsie. Alright, so we have our first look at Linux Mint 19.3. Alright, so this screen boot up that happens on most of them, it seems, does take about 10 seconds depending on your PC, and first boot up will always take a little bit longer because everything's new, nothing's backed up, all of that. Now once you have everything booted up, the thing you can do the most here is just make sure that most of the applications work. Alright. Here is a little startup dialog. I didn't really care for it, so I'm going to disable it right here. And then let's see. This is going to like graphics or something, going to drawing again. Just make sure it works. Works beautifully here. We can discard this. Open files. Everything seems to work perfectly. Alright. So now let's put back the other hard drive. Whoopsie, about that. So we did put it back, but we ran into a bunch of problems because once we installed Linux onto this hard drive, for some reason we couldn't get Windows to boot up at all. First, there was just black screens, so then we tried to reinstall Windows 7 with the disk. That didn't work, so then we tried to do Windows 10 with a USB. Then we followed a few tutorials to make the hard drive that still had to have Windows on it, make it bootable again, and put Windows on it. Didn't work, so we couldn't get Windows to go onto it, so we decided let's screw Windows and put another Linux operating system onto that hard drive.